What's going on, guys? Sumo with VABASSLINE.
This is Willie T with VABASSLINE.
And on this episode of Wub Theory, we have Kamaloscope.
Hello.
Thank you for coming out here all the way from Richmond, man. And it's very exciting tonight. I mean, opening up for Jenga and everything. I'm happy we could catch you on such an important day, honestly.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm honestly really honored to be here. You guys are all awesome people, and I'm super excited myself. Nervous, but excited.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get into, you have a very interesting story, especially with your roots, your family, and coming here to America and whatnot. I did a little bit of research on that, but could you touch up on, tell the people, how did Saeed make it here to America, and how is he doing what he is now?
Well, pretty sure we flew Emirates on the way here, so that's how I got here. But no, I mean, so I was born in a little village in a very rural part of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And my mom was working in like what is essentially like a sweatshop.
Okay.
And she just climbed her way up the ladder, became like the executive secretary of the company, and then the CEO of the company sponsored her to come to America on like a student visa, and then it was just my mom, dad, and I coming to America, and yeah, and then I just had to like learn everything about the other side of the planet like while I was here.
Yeah, no, for sure. How old were you at the time?
I was about like 10 or 11 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Dang. So yeah.
And were you always like around here? Or did you like move? Like where in the United States did you pop up?
It's actually a funny story. First place I moved to was Buffalo, New York in the dead of winter.
Really?
Nobody told us what snow was. And we couldn't fathom that level of cold at all. Like I was taking passive damage from the air and it sucked.
And I got family near there too. I know how it can get out.
Oh
there
my
in the
goodness. I was
cold seasons.
Yeah, I remember like before leaving Bangladesh, I just I like spent a bunch of time like sticking my arms in the in the freezer. I'm like, yeah, I can handle that.
Oh my
God. I could not handle that.
That is amazing. That's crazy.
But yeah, just when I came to America, I wasn't really in like I didn't really know the importance of like my culture and my heritage because like just trying to be as Americanized as possible. But now as I'm older, I'm just like, oh, I actually have a pretty cool culture. I'm going to try to integrate that into my music as much as I can.
Yeah. I myself am coming to that realization a little later on in life, especially with my Filipino heritage and everything. And when you were younger and you were in school, did you do anything musically?
No, actually, funny enough, I was raised very like Orthodox Muslim.
Okay.
And so in those practices, music is just not allowed at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's music is haram. It's just like just unholy.
Not halal, habibi, not halal, haram.
Oh, you know what they say? Halal in the streets, haram in the. I can't say finish that sentence.
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Well, sorry, kids.
We'll bleep it. It's
okay. So music was just not allowed. So I heard my first ever like song when I came to America.
Yeah.
And funny enough, it was Daft Punk.
Really?
Yeah. And I just listened to it and I was like, this doesn't sound human, and this is like fascinating me. Like how did they make this? And that's how I got so like infatuated with music production and figuring out how this stuff works, and got obsessed with just like sound.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. And you've always had like a really good sound to you. And I remember one set you did a while back. You remember opening up for Cannibalists, the 360 set?
I have a funny story about that. So
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. So like
that was the first time we met you. Actually.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember you told me your USB corrupted, right? It's like, what was that feeling? How did that feel? Like that moment? What was running through your head?
Sheer panic, bro. Like I had 3 USBs on me. So when the guy before me was playing, I just like went up there like 5 minutes before and I plugged it in and it said no response. Tried the second one, no response. Third one, no response. And I was like, oh no. So I took my friend and we sprinted back to the hotel. Like, keep in mind, I had like 5 minutes until I had to be on stage. And I was like exporting it and I was like holding my laptop and like sprinting back to Peabody's.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And it still didn't work. So I looked at my friend Sam, goes by Witch Doctor Sam, amazing man. And I was like, I need your flash drive right now. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I need to do something. So that entire night was just me improvising, not knowing any of the songs. But he had a couple of my songs on there, so that was fine. I got to end on that. But it was the most stressful thing I've been through on stage.
And like I told you, you were my favorite set of that night. Like,
Yeah,
and I
you were
had
my
no
favorite
idea
set of that
any
night. You
the
had the
craziest
crowd
part.
hype.
Oh my
dude.
God.
Yeah,
That night was pure chaos in the best way.
for
Dude,
sure.
You did a great job amongst the pressure, though.
Thank you, man.
So, when did you start getting into did you get into music production first, or did you get okay? So how was that? What'd you start off on?
So I've been producing for about 15 years now.
Okay.
And DJing for about 4 or 5.
Okay.
But how it started was that, like, in high school, 9th grade, I realized that I can just, like, stay after school, and I knew spots in the school where I wouldn't get, like, caught by, like, janitors or teachers and everything. So it was usually under, like, stairwells. So I bought a laptop and I torrented this program called Reason 5. Yeah. It was very backdated software and everything, but I just, like, I would stay after school, tell my parents I was, like, doing extracurriculars or anything, but I was just, like, teaching myself all these, like, all like, the ins and outs of music production and figuring out how to, like, make sounds and song structures and just studying all that.
Did your parents like the fact that you chased music, or was it something they were kind of like,
They didn't know.
so you kept it hidden?
Yes, to this day, actually, they don't really know that I'm, like, I perform and all this stuff. With my culture, it's just, like, easier to not let them know, because it just breeds more problems if I tell them, and
I got you.
like cultural resentment, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, just I would just stand, like, I taught myself how to do, like, sound design, and just, like, every door I went through, there was just 5 more in front of me. So I'm like, okay, I have endless possibilities in front of me. I'm in this for life.
Yeah, dude. And I've always liked your style, and I will say, your bald head's iconic. I see all the memes, I see all the jokes, and I love every bit of it.
Thank you.
So how did you start getting into DJing?
Yeah, funny enough, I was it was complete happenstance, actually. A friend of mine referred me to another friend. I was, like, picking up music equipment from him. Like, I messaged him, and I think you know who he is, KVN.
Yeah.
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 So I was picking up some music equipment from him, and we were talking about EDM. I was like, yeah, I produce. And then he listened to my songs. He was like, dude, this is actually really good. Do you want to play sometime? And then he booked me for a show. That was a train wreck on my part, because I didn't know how to export a flash drive properly. And so I got up there, and, like, 3/4 of my songs weren't loading.
Yeah, I've been there. Trust me.
But yeah, that's how I got into DJing. Like, Kevin was just like, yeah, you should start. And then I just kept showing up to events, like, meeting people. And then, like, the biggest thing I learned is, like, how, like, leave an impression and they'll remember you, and then you get booked. So that's just kind of what I've been doing.
So was it more of like a smaller like pop up, just local, like kind of?
It was at an actual venue. It's closed now, but it was called Po Boys.
Gotcha. I've heard of this place. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, Po Boys. But yeah, it was an awesome night. Like, Chandi was the headliner for the night, and I was like, I don't know how any of this stuff works, but I'm just gonna figure it out. So I was practicing on my friend's, like, DDJ 200, and then I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm ready. I got this.
Oh
I got
my
up there at CDJ 3000s. I'm like, oh no.
That was
What
I
is
had the
this?
same jump. I swear I had the same jump. I went from a 200 straight to, like, CDJs and standalones. I'm like,
I was like, why do we need all these buttons?
I was like, what are these for?
So how would you describe those early, your first couple years, like, in the DJ scene? Like was it just EDM? Were you doing just EDM? Were you doing house and stuff? Or
Yeah.
And, like, how was it getting into that part of the rave scene as a DJ and a performer?
Yeah, so prior to that, when I moved to Richmond, I, like, taught myself how to play the drums.
Okay.
And then I joined a punk rock band. And then from there, like, I just got into the music scene in general. And then I met the EDM kids. And yeah, it was just from there, it was just, like, a bunch of networking. And, well, networking as in showing up to afters.
Yeah, right.
Or, like, showing up to shows. And all that. There was this, can you repeat the last part of that question, please?
So how were those
Early moments of your career.
Oh, early
yeah,
moments.
early
yes.
moments. Yeah. So like a couple early shows. So like what was your style like at first with the rave shows besides the punk band joining
Yeah.
and whatnot?
Yeah, so okay, that's what I was segueing into. And then like I was on a house kick for the longest time. So I was doing a bunch of house music and everybody just thought I was a house DJ. Like and I was like I just happened to make a house song and then that's what I released when people
Yeah.
like knew me. And they're like, "Oh yeah, he does house." I'm like, "Whoa, wait, no."
Yeah.
What's that? And then pretty soon they it was you guys know Eternal Equinox?
I
I don't think so.
I've heard of him.
He's the one who kind of adopted me, and he booked me for my first bass set. And he didn't have high expectations for me. And then, in his words, he was like, "Yeah, after I introduced you on stage, you played the first drop of that song you made, and I did the double take. Like, wait, he does this? Like, yes, I've been trying to tell you this entire time."
Heck yeah, man.
So then, like, eventually, it's like it started at house, and then people like found out that I just do everything. So like dubstep, drum and bass, future bass, everything I can get, like I can get my hands on.
It definitely seems like you've had a crazy year. Like
Yeah.
the last year of your life, just seems like you've been everywhere, going all types of stuff, had everything booked. Like I saw you were booked for the afters for Zed's Dead, even though it was
Yeah.
tragically,
Unfortunately, can't.
But still, it happened. That was
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude. I just say you got a lot of momentum happening. I even seen you at 7 stars at the Broccoli Bar, and I was like, wait a minute, like it was crazy. I feel like I've seen you everywhere.
Everywhere you go, I'll always be there.
Yeah, for real. But now, what was your favorite memory from the last year? Out of all the traveling, whether that's from performing to hitting festivals, what's one of your favorite memories that you might have this year?
Honestly, the Broccoli Bar set at 7 stars, because first of all, the owner of the Broccoli Bar came up and turned my master volume up. Biggest compliment a DJ can get.
Oh yeah.
And then like I was finding out like after my set, people came up to me and they're like, "Yo, I was about to go see No Good, but we decided to stay here." And like you were going like the amount of like people who came up to me was like, "I've never heard like a sound like this before. Like saw anyone who sounds like this." And that was the biggest validation ever. Like that was the first time that I heard that. Like, oh, I actually developed my own sound. That is the hardest thing to do as a producer, and like the people that I make music for are recognizing that. Among like so many other things from that festival, amazing festival, but like that set in particular, it was awesome. Like looking up from the decks, and there's just like a sea of people who I didn't know who were just like, "Oh, this is cool." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this is what I'm doing this for." Like making
Yeah,
people.
and you were throwing down. Like I literally walked up on you at that set.
Yeah,
you were doing a
remember
great job. Like,
Thank you.
man.
So with music production and even performing, what's your biggest motivation for all of that?
Okay, so I just had a conversation with this about this with someone yesterday. My biggest motivation is just to make music, like everything else comes later. I went through a period of time where I was like, oh man, I need to succeed. I need to do this. I need to do that. As soon as that entered my head, it became a chore. Like music became a chore, and I never want to do that again. So my biggest motivation is just to make what I like, and if people like it, they like it. If I keep getting booked, I keep getting booked. If I don't, I'm still gonna be making music.
I love how I've been listening to a lot of your music the past 2 weeks. I mean, I've listened to all of it, everything on SoundCloud, dude. But I just love that it just seems to me. I mean, you're not afraid to take on a new genre, and you do have a unique sound, and I love to see that being yourself and showing people yourself. It's showing itself, and people are responding well to it. And it's good to see somebody not holding back,
Yeah, I mean, the point of, okay, when we were talking in the kitchen earlier, the thing about like electronic music, there are endless possibilities. It's honestly scientifically proven that, or mathematically, I suppose, is that like there's infinite possibilities to in terms of like making music in electronically. That's what fascinates me. I just want to keep I just keep want to push, keep pushing myself to
Pushing the boundaries.
yeah, push my own boundaries and see what I can what I'm capable of, even if it sucks. I can still say I did it,
Yeah.
and that I like that challenge. It's like a really, really complex puzzle.
So do you like have like a ritual or like a routine before on the day of a show, or like anything you do, like, or do you just completely go like, we ready? Like,
Yeah, pretty
anytime,
much.
anywhere.
Yeah, I have this bad habit of
We were just talking about this.
I have a bad habit of waiting till the last possible minute to finish all my stuff for the show I'm playing that day. But I don't really have a ritual. It's just like I stress myself out, I finish the thing, and then I meet up with my friends. And like today, I met up with you guys, and all the stress gone. Yeah. Then the biggest thing I have to just worry about afterwards is if my flash drive will work up there.
Jeez.
Oh, dude.
I know it's probably a big
Bro,
like
the knot in my stomach right now is
yeah.
huge. So I'm just gonna get like dysfunction before he goes up. Like, hey, plug mine in and just gonna get thumbs up or thumbs down when you're up there.
See, I've had it twice already happen to me, like at shows.
Oh my God, what's
Jay's over here behind the scenes shaking his head right now because we were doing it back to back, and I had to use his flash drive the whole time. So I definitely get that
Why
fear.
is it so complicated? They're just WAV files, bro.
I know, right?
Bruh. I wonder that myself.
But so I just wanted to ask for the beginner artists out there. Do you feel that you necessarily have to drop a bag to on software and equipment in order to make good music, or do you feel that people can beat around the bush and still create something beautiful?
I'll be honest. Like, I have a lot of equipment and I have a lot of VSTs and everything, but honestly, less is more.
Yeah.
Yes, music production and like the music scene is expensive. Like, I make money and then suddenly it's gone.
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't know. But you can have all these things, but if you got to learn the fundamentals of music production to like know what you're doing and not use these VSTs as a crutch. So most of the stuff I make, if you look, it's like a bunch of stock plugins that I put in, but you have to learn the science behind sound in order to make them pop. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just going to be over mixing and over producing your stuff and wonder like, well, how do I fix this? Oh, I can't, because it's just one knob that I'm turning up instead of like a modular, what is it called? Modular rack where I can adjust every aspect of it.
I hear you. It's like shooting regular versus shooting raw. You just get the extra fine-tuned layers and.
Like, imagine if you're trying to process a picture that's already been edited. That's kind of like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of like what relying on these like big VSTs. And I'm not bashing VSTs at all. If anything can make your job easier, do it. However, learn how why it is that way first. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've noticed at least since I've been following you and kept in touch with you, you use Ableton and whatnot. And besides the other software you mentioned earlier, is there any other DAWs that you've used in the past?
Yeah, I've used pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
I can use Pro Tools pretty well. I'm just not a fan of FL Studio.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something about it. I really can't explain it. I just don't like it.
Gotcha.
It's okay. There's other stuff I can waste my money on.
I feel you, though, for sure.
But yeah, Ableton I love because it's like simple, but it is the most complex thing on the planet. Like you look at it when you first open a new project, it's like, oh, this isn't that bad, and then you look at what goes into it, and you're like, oh, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
So I've also seen too, like you are about your food and cooking.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite dish to cook, or a favorite meal to?
Oh. Okay, so I got two dishes that both my mom and my grandma say is better than theirs, and that's my favorite thing to cook: my tandoori chicken and my chickpea curry.
Oh, yeah?
Both Bangladeshi style. So it's like different from Indian food, but fundamentally the same. Just, but like it's like the way cooking is a lot like music production actually, and vice versa, because like I love the science behind cooking and why things work the way it does. So I just love experimenting in the kitchen and just like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I've never even thought about it like that, but you're so right.
I mean, think about it. Like you have three aspects of production. You have the arrangement, mixing, and mastering. Right. The arrangement is like gathering your ingredients, building like a dish, like a flavor profile and everything. Mixing is adding all the spices and everything, and so everything has its own layer, has its own space and everything.
Yeah.
And then mastering is like salt and pepper taste to bring out those spices and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it's kind of the same concept.
That is beautiful. That is fucking.
That's amazing.
But so how would you describe Bengali food, like compared to? Because you said it's kind of like Indian, but
Yeah.
I also understand. I'm sure it's probably far away from that. You know,
Not too far.
Not too
We're
far.
right next to India.
Gotcha.
We use the same spices. It's just how we use them is different.
Gotcha.
So India is has a lot of like cream-based and yogurt-based stuff, but the reason why Bangladeshi food tastes the way it does is because we were just too poor to afford
Yeah.
those like creams and like those rich, fatty like stuff. So instead of like instead of blooming our spices in like yogurt and fats and stuff like that, we use water. It makes it smokier once we like bloom the spices, but it also makes it a hell of a lot spicier.
I love how this turned
I love
into a food podcast. I'm always looking at you cooking, dude. Like, I'm always looking at your stories,
I'd be
bro.
happy to cook for you.
Shoot. In the
Sit down
future,
with
in the future, we'll do
Yeah.
some cooking content. Shoot.
Have the decks in the kitchen. I'll mix.
Yeah.
And
No, seriously.
Great.
Shoot.
So, what's one of your biggest goals you want to accomplish this year?
oh, that's a good question. Well, I'm actually in the process of accomplishing it. My next biggest goal is playing a music festival, and I'm finally doing that. I'm actually doing 3, possibly 4 this year.
Amazing.
That is
Yeah.
amazing to hear.
first one,
Congratulations.
Thank
dude.
you. Yeah.
I want to pry. I assume you can't say nothing.
I honestly, yeah, I can.
Where at?
If I get in trouble, what are they gonna do?
Worst case, I'll bleep it.
The audio just cuts out.
Hey, where you going this year?
So May 2nd, I'm going to be performing at this like mini one-day festival in Floyd, Virginia. It's not Floyd Fest, but it's the same place where it's held. It's do you guys know Bean?
No.
He's one of the best people in this industry, like personality, production, just an all-around great guy. But he's hosting like a Bean and Friends like festival and stuff like that. And I have the honor to be one of the friends. So he booked me for that festival. I'm playing that. And then Showcation with the Rhythm City Collective boys.
Okay.
I genuinely forget where that is, but my manager knows, so
It'll be somewhere.
it'll be somewhere. I'm going to be pressing buttons. And then there's this festival in Philly that is in the works. Again, I forget the name of it, but my manager knows. And then the one I'm most excited about is the one in Colorado, Q Forest Festival.
Q Force.
Yeah, it's a newer festival that popped up, but there are some heavy hitters on that lineup, and like, it's gonna be a fun one. Yeah, it's out in Lake George, Colorado, and I've always wanted to go to Colorado in the summer too. So I'm just gonna be hearing wubs and frolicking in nature.
We're going to be moving around all year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of other stuff going on, shows. But yeah, like that's the biggest goal. And,
Again, dude, that's awesome. To perform at 4 different festivals, that's amazing.
thank you.
So tonight you got Jenga going on, right? Mm-hmm. How's it feel coming back to Peabody's after that crazy set last time?
Well, I feel
I know you've been there a couple times. but,
yeah.
like,
Funny enough, every time I have a booking in the 757, something goes wrong for some reason.
really, every time?
Every time.
Gotta shake that off.
I know,
Right.
like the Anabliss, the USB,
Yeah.
the Zed's Dead Afters,
Yeah.
the electricity. Lucy, the speakers, one of the subs caught on fire.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
Fire.
smoking.
I did not know
And
that.
then like the decks weren't updated at all, so I had to run to a CVS and buy a flash drive and update the decks. And I was like the first one there. Thank God, because like, yeah, that would have been a disaster. And then the sound was like all off and everything like that, and it was the whole night was just doing like damage control
Gotcha.
for a lot of different things. But Yeah, no, literally every time I've played down here, something goes wrong, but like, we ball.
Tonight's gonna be the first good one.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
And also, I love Jenga. He is for the people. Yeah, please.
Listen.
Oh no, it's glass.
Yeah, no, but I'm sure tonight's gonna be amazing. Everybody on the lineup, I'm very excited for.
I
tonight.
am too. I love the boys on the lineup, like Jeremy and Gage, well, dysfunctioning Toma.
Yeah,
They're solid people. They're always so supportive. They're skilled, and you know, I like playing with good people. Good people who are also weird and fun. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then Jenga is just. He's like the cool uncle of EDM, you know?
He really is. He really is.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm absolutely honored to be opening for him.
dude, it's gonna be a good one tonight.
Yeah,
But
thank
if you
you,
had,
Steve.
but if you could have any dream lineup, like who would like if you could, who's your top 3 people you'd love to open up for, that you haven't opened up for? already?
Skrillex, obviously.
Yeah, would you go on?
Yeah. Yeah, Skrillex, I would probably pass out on stage if I ever opened up for him.
So he walks up and turns
That
up the
energy would
knob.
be crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Dude,
I'd probably run away from the decks, join the crowd just to be hyped.
it's like your turn.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Yes, Skrillex definitely. Honestly, my dream label would be Wakan.
Okay.
So any of the Wakan guys.
amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I do see that. I do feel that vibe for sure.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
So out of all the people in your life, whether it be family members or artists that you've had the pleasure to be around, who's been the biggest support in your life on those two aspects?
There's quite a few actually, but honestly, I would have to give it to like my day ones. I got 2 friends from high school who were there when I first started doing everything.
Yeah.
George and Simon, they live up in Nova, but they've always supported me no matter what.
Yeah.
They're like brothers to me, and also my childhood best friends, Lucky and Abdullah, they've always been there for me, and like I think they've been like the biggest support system. But obviously, you know, there's like different chapters of friends throughout life and everything. All of them have been nothing but supporting and loving towards me and everything like that. But if I had to go far enough back to like, it would have to be those 4, that I mentioned. So I think I owe them a lot for, always believing in me and always pushing me to like keep going.
Heck yeah. Hey, not like your day ones.
Yeah, exactly. I love them to death. Yeah.
But so you do a lot, travel a lot. You do a lot of DJ and your music produce. But do you still work a 9 to 5?
Yeah. I'm an algebra teacher.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea about any of that until you brought that up earlier. It caught me so off guard.
I can't really post that stuff on socials.
Yeah,
because,
no,
like,
for
I don't want
sure.
to post random pictures of kids.
I feel you. I feel you.
But so how'd you get into that kind of field? Is that something you've always wanted to do? You enjoy teaching?
I like teaching. It's satisfying once when I see the light bulb moments go off in the kids' heads. That's the satisfying part.
Yeah.
But I just love math and science. Like I majored in physics and environmental science, and minored in urban planning and regional development. And I just I wanted to be like an environmental engineer, but demand and the job market. So then I was a scientist for about 4 or 5 years after college, and then
That's crazy.
yeah, and then I just started teaching, but there was a big gap where I was just doing music full time. But it's so it's not stable. It's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need to get an actual job again.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had no clue.
Dude, that's amazing. So you do DJing, you done teach, you've been a scientist. That's crazy. I would not have.
Professor Kamaloscope.
Yeah, for real though.
That's Dr. Professor.
Doctor
The
Professor.
third.
The third. Oh man.
What what kind of science are we talking? Like the environmental
It was
side of things. Like, what were you doing in the
Here's
lab?
the ironic
Jesus.
part. I majored in physics, but every job I've had was as a chemist, and I hate chemistry.
Yeah.
I was like, what? First of all, how do I get the clearance for this? And second of all, what am I doing here?
Yeah. No offense.
So I did a lot of like pharmaceutical product development,
Okay.
like working with Thermo Fisher and PPD in the Pfizer wing of that campus
Okay.
in Richmond. But I had such a big moral dilemma of working in big pharma
Yeah.
because like I saw all like the things like I did sign an NDA, so I can't really.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's just say it was demoralizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure. 'Cause you've had a crazy ride of a life, dude. This is amazing. You have an amazing story. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy we can document this. Like,
So I see you also release a lot of remixes, and you do a lot. What's your favorite track? Or you're in your opinion, your favorite one? you made?
rescoped.
The rescope.
Rescope.
Yeah.
Rescoped. You're correct. Right.
He's paying attention. Get this man a cookie. So, I would honestly, okay, I'll give you two answers. One like just original song, and one like flip remix. My favorite remix that I did would have to be the Nikita the Wicked Like Me remix. I don't know what happened. I just got into a flow state, and I finished that song. Well, I finished like arranging and producing that song in about 3 to 4 days. And then I was like, okay, well, now comes the part where I have to do the post production stuff. That took a while, but the overall arrangement, I was like, I've never flowed this easy in a song before.
Yeah, Like Me is such a good song.
Thank you, man. And then original song would have to be Hotbox. Hotbox was just a funny idea I had at first, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is actually working.
Heck yeah.
It's
So,
like-
I was gonna ask too, like when you're in your process, is this something that you just like it just kind of flows out of you, or is this something you're like a lot more calculated when you go to create?
Literally, I never have a plan when I sit down and start making a song. I don't like. I'm not a good planner, and because like when I try to confine myself to that, I end up making something that sounds not good. But then when I just like start with one, like if, like I don't have an inner monologue, like the voice in your head or anything. So I just hear a bunch of sounds all the time, and so I'll just open up Ableton. And I'm like, let me try to like put that on paper. After a bunch of failed attempts, if something finally sticks, and 90% of the time, what I think in my head is not what's actually on the paper anymore. Like it just kind of morphed into
Took a life of its
execution.
own.
Yeah, took a life of itself. Now I'm like, okay, let's build on this. It's like planting a seed, and then you just keep watering it. You keep watering it, but like a plant, it's very easy to overwater it and overproduce and overmix and everything. So, yeah, like I just kind of like vomit on the thing and like put a bunch of stuff on there, and then walk away from the song for about 2 to 3 weeks. Come back and be like, oh, okay. Well, I have a fresher set of ears now. I can take this out, take that out. I don't know if it's an actual term, but I call it like subtractive production.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you have coming up musically with the producing side of things? Do you have anything coming out that you're working on, or?
Yeah, I have a lot of like stuff that's just ready for release.
Yeah.
And everything. But the label that I'm a part of, it's but I have to schedule it.
Yeah, what label is it?
So it's Lower Vibrations, and it's actually owned by 9 Before 9,
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
childhood friend of mine. But yeah, they partnered up with Empire Music.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
and I was like, whoa, that's
great.
so like, but like
good.
I just have to like schedule everything.
Gotcha.
So it's a process, but honestly, since it's an independent label, they give me full creative freedom to do whatever I want, and they're like, if you just want to release music on your own, go for it. So I think I'm just gonna do that because I don't want to wait too long to come out with a new song and stuff like that. You know?
I've noticed with your whole track list of music, you used to really be. I noticed it was very there was housey, more kind of happier poppy vibes. It's still happy now,
Yeah.
and, like upbeat and stuff. But now you're getting into the wonkiness of things,
Oh,
like
yeah.
like the really want stuff. You know what I mean?
Because it's fun. I like.
So is
yeah.
that attributed to learning the sound design and whatnot?
For sure, because like there's been a big shift in the sound of like dubstep and everything, and a split. Like you have like the heavy bass, and then you have like 140 stuff,
Yeah.
and then you have like sexy bass and like space bass, whatever you want to call it. So like I saw that split happening in real time, and I'm like, I gotta learn how to make these sounds. I gotta like figure out like how to do that and like adapt it to my style. And that was a great challenge. It was a lot of frustration because I'm like, what am I even doing here? And then I realized, oh my God, this is actually easier than I thought it was. Like, again, going back to that less is more concept, That's what I like. Like, if you listen to a lot of my earlier stuff, it's like really busy. It's like ADHD music, right? And still, there's a couple of like stuff that I still come out with that's still busy. But the songs that have been doing really well is where I take a simple concept and just widen it. So it's like full, simple, and that's what like attracts, but makes your ears perk up. That's what I'm going for. And I like that challenge. And that's what like the sexy bass era is capitalizing on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So how would you explain your music to somebody that has never? How would you explain your music and your performances to someone that has never gotten the chance to hear or meet you?
Oh, that is a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. I'd say like, hey, if you like a bunch of different kinds of genres, and you also want to shake your behind and like feel something, I got you. And then if you want to see like a very energetic weird bald guy on stage flailing around, I got you on that too. Like,
for sure.
yeah.
So something something I did want to talk about, because I'm kind of blind to the scene out there in Richmond and whatnot. So like what are some of the clubs or some of the venues that you guys go to out there regarding EDM and electronic music and stuff?
I'll go from like least frequent to most frequent.
Gotcha.
So it would have to be like Canal Club.
Gotcha.
They used to do a lot more EDM events out there, but now it's like more like metal alternatives, pop punk stuff like that. Yeah, because it is that type of venue. But that's honestly Richmond.
It is Richmond, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we have Canal Club every once in a while. Loso for house and also for like sexy bass sometimes too. Now we're starting to do that. Ember is a big one. Yeah. My friends who like run all the sound and the visual, they're doing a phenomenal job. Shout out Rhythm City Collective. Yeah, I mean, it's a great vibe and everything. It's like a good water, like, what is it? Watering hole? Water hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, whatever that expression is.
Yeah.
Sorry, English isn't my first language. But, yeah, so we have Ember and then the National.
Gotcha.
I love the National.
See,
I've been wanting to go there. I've yet to be there yet.
I've had the honor of playing the National 3 times now.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, oh my God, freaking love that place. And the staff is always so nice.
Yeah.
So I'd say throughout your whole journey of like whether it's music, musically, or your just music career in general, what is the hardest thing you've had to overcome?
Imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah, imposter syndrome and also like pessimism. I was talking to a friend of mine, Gabby, yesterday about that aspect of it, where there are so many artists out there who just kind of fall into their own pessimism and they let it, like, they get caught in this vicious cycle where they make something and they're like, oh, no one's ever going to hear it. No one's ever going to, like, I just wasted my time. And that was me for a bit too, until I was like, wait a minute. Why am I doing this in the first place? I like music. I'm just here to make stuff. So I'm just going to keep making stuff. And it's like a kind of like a lie that you have to tell yourself until it becomes the truth. The same thing with imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Like when you, like, I'm here for a reason. We're here for a reason, right? You got to force yourself to accept that. Because I suck at, like, for example, I suck at taking compliments and stuff. When people are like, oh yeah, this is like, you're a really good DJ. You're a really good producer. I'm just like, thanks. I don't know how to respond to this, but I'm going to try my best to accept it.
Yeah.
But not let it go to your head. It's a very fine line to balance. Thankfully, I have like friends who like we all check each other. So
Necessary.
Yeah.
Always necessary.
So I guess in conclusion, like, yeah, the pessimism is like a very easy slippery slope to fall on. But if you have the right people around you, like, lean on them, you know, for sure. Worry about you.
So like, what can I expect from tonight's set? Did you do something new? Is it kind of like you go with like a go-to
Ooh.
style? Was it anything crazy?
I'm actually glad you asked that because this set is going to be very special. It's going to be a lot of original stuff, and it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be all over the place, but I promise you, it's going to make sense.
I love that.
Because like if you pay attention to like the song structures and like my call and response that I do up there, like I really hope someone does because I worked hard on this. But also I'm working on this album. It's a more creative album and much more like melodic elements to it, but still like ties in that bass that everyone likes to hear and like that kind of bounce that everyone likes, but interpreted it in a very like conceptual and artistic way. So I, on the way over here, as my friend Brian was driving us down, I was finishing those songs.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to be playing my album, well, part of my album out tonight. But it's just gonna be like a slew of things. It's gonna be all over the place. But it's gonna be
Hear it
fun.
on these speakers.
Yeah, I know, me
speakers,
too.
man. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming out here with us, and
Thank you.
we'd love to have you on again sometime too.
Of course, you always have me.
Might have to do a cooking with Kamaloscope.
Yeah, that'd
In the
be
future.
so good. Funny enough, we talked about it. We literally talked about this like a day or two ago.
Yeah, we were talking about actually. Yeah, we wanted to
didn't
play.
pitch it
It
yet,
was
but-
too. We didn't pitch it because it was coming up too close. We wanted to see if you could make a dish or something. Did you? It was
honestly.
coming up too close. But
I
we'll
mean,
work on
Bangladeshis,
something. in
our
the
love
future.
language is cooking for people, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you again, man.
It's been a
always
pleasure.
vibe.
The pleasure's all mine. Like, thank you guys so much
Yes,
for
sir.
having me.
And don't forget to check out his exclusive set as well. Subscribe to everybody. I got all your Instagram, all the links in the description. Shout out to Blue Piece Productions. They shot this episode, and huh?